Clothing was originally used as a form of protection from the elements. It was designed to keep our species warm in the winter or shield them from other hazards. Today it has evolved into a completely different entity. Clothing can be considered a form of commerce, identity, art, and numerous branches that make up our own division of anthropology. We sought to closely examine clothing to give us some insight into human nature. We interviewed several students around campus to try and identify some trends. We asked various questions regarding their favorite articles of clothing, why certain things have sentimental value, and why certain aspects can unify groups of people. One trend that we noticed was that several people enjoyed dressing for comfort. They preferred feeling relaxed as opposed to putting in their effort to dress up for class.
Favorite article of clothing and why?
Definitely sweatshirts. They're nice and big and comfy, and they swallow me.
So, what's your favorite article of clothing?
Favorite article of clothing? Probably sweatshirts.
Sweatshirts.
This was also interesting because technically being a full-time student is a job, and for most professions, business attire is usually a requirement. We wondered why some professions were required to wear business professional and others were allowed to wear casual attire.
So is there any type, working here as an employee, any type of dress code that you have to adhere to in any way?
Not really. For the most part, we just have to dress business casual, semi-professionally. Nothing too in-depth, like you can see I'm in jeans and sneakers right now. As long as we wear long pants, I think, we will be fine. I don't think other than that there's anything.
Other students discussed function and how they could use their favorite article for versatile things.
So what's your favorite article of clothing?
I guess mine would probably be jackets.
Jackets.
You can like do so many things with them, and you know, if it's like somewhat like chilly or like it's gonna rain, you can put on like 2 different jackets or like rain jackets and stuff.
Awesome.
So.
We also found that for a lot of people, certain articles of clothing and even jewelry had sentimental value behind them.
So what do your rings mean to you and why do you wear them?
I love my rings. I have meaning for this one. This was my mom's class ring, so I have my mom with me every day. My friend got me this one, and my friend got me this one. This is a quote from one of our favorite songs. We actually have a tattoo as well. So my rings are cute to me, and I like to wear them every day, and I feel naked without them.
What is your favorite article of clothing and why?
My favorite article of clothing is my mom's Georgia sweatshirt that she passed down to me. Even though I go to Kentucky, it still means a lot, and I love the color red, even though that's the only thing I own that's red.
We identified a young woman who was engaged. The tradition of wearing a wedding ring is a very intriguing phenomenon, as it conveys to the whole world that you will be with the same person for hopefully the rest of your life. We asked her opinion to see what she thought of the ring and why it was important to her.
So I had originally told my fiance that I wanted to be engaged before I started full-time teaching. And I start full-time teaching this coming fall. Turns out we're getting married this summer. But I had originally told him I wanted to be engaged before I started full-time teaching, specifically because I wanted to be able, I know that it's always an issue with young teachers, their students want to ask them out on dates and be flirty, and I felt like if I had a ring on my finger, I could just be like, no, I'm not sure if my fiance would like that. And it actually has come in handy quite a few times during student teaching when kids have decided that they want to ask me out to the bars and whatever. I'm like, no, whatever. And so that was really a big deal for me, and I think for him too, because he was worried about, he's for some reason constantly concerned that I'm gonna cheat on him, which I really don't understand, but whatever. And he said, and I think for him it kind of gives him some security in that I have committed to being with him and only him for the rest of our lives. And we were so excited. We ended up moving our wedding a whole year sooner because we were just really excited to start our lives together. And I think that just having the ring on my finger, and I'm excited to get a ring on his finger, kind of signifying that we are committed to one another and we're excited to start our lives together.
Can you tell me about your wedding ring?
So my fiance picked this out for me. I had very little say in what went into it. I had given him kind of a general description about wanting the crisscrossing vines, because I really thought that signified two people kind of coming together. And I told him that I wanted a circle cut, and from there he kind of went on his own. The first thing he said to me when he gave me the ring was, well, I got rose gold and white gold, so we can go with anything. I was like, yeah, that's great. But then it really kind of came to signify, he has a really warm personality, so the rose gold kind of I think signifies that. And then And then he also got the square setting for the circular ring, which I thought was interesting, because I had specifically asked for circular, and I guess he liked the square, so that kind of was a little bit of both of us. And then it has, of course, the one big diamond, which is, I think, signifies our unity, and lots of little diamonds for all the moments and people that have brought us to this. And I love it. I think it's perfect.
Another trend we examined was that people wore clothing that unified them with a specific group. Certain uniforms can indicate your profession so that people know what field you specialize in. There were several people who wore shirts indicating a sorority or group that they were members of.
Was there any thought process on like the sports coat and all
Sports
that stuff?
coat, I'm actually a pledge right now, so I kind of have to wear it.
Okay. Do you like wearing that stuff?
But I do not. Not at all. No.
Right on.
You have to wear it every day?
This week I do, yeah, because it's initiation week.
Nice.
So yeah, every day.
We specifically noticed several athletes around campus all used the same backpack. This unified them and provided some common ground.
So what sport do you play?
I'm on the cheering team.
Okay, and does your backpack make you feel like you're a part of a team here on campus?
Yeah, because all of the athletes have all the same bags, so I feel like when you're walking around you have one of these bags on, it represents the program you're in.
Some students dressed for style and pointed out their favorite articles due to the fact that it made them happy.
Yeah. What's your favorite article of clothing and why?
My shoes, because it's like a cool way to express your personality and add a little flavor to your outfit.
One student used making a big purchase as a reward for hard work.
What is the most expensive article of clothing you've ever bought, and why did you pay for it?
Okay, the most expensive article of clothing I've ever gotten was a watch, and I bought it because it was right after tax return season and I needed to spoil myself.
In conclusion, clothing is a very dynamic concept that allows for self-expression, economic stimulation, and shaping of the cultural landscape. It has the ability to unite us as well as divide us and will continue to evolve as time goes on.